This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Vargas. Well, heading into day 2 of the convention, the Democratic establishment hoping to unite the party behind Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders speaking at the convention last night, but some supporters not ready to get behind his new message. Hillary Clinton will be nominated today in a roll call vote of the states and territories, but there is a possibility that Sanders will be placed into nomination as well. ABC's Lauren Lister has the latest from Philadelphia.
One first lady making the case for another, uniting the arena in a standing ovation on a convention day 1 that was off to a fractured start. Bernie Sanders supporters cheering for 3 minutes before he could speak.
Our revolution continues.
His followers not all falling in line with his final message.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president, and I am proud to stand with her tonight.
This coming as leaked DNC emails revealed apparent attempts to undermine Sanders' primary campaign, forcing the party chair to resign, and earlier, pro-Bernie anger spilling out onto the streets of Philadelphia.
To the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous.
Progressive hero Senator Elizabeth Warren trying to rally the troops around Clinton.
When we turn on each other, we can't unite to fight back against a rigged system.
In the end, it was Michelle Obama hailed for uniting the crowd in a speech taking on Donald Trump without mentioning his name while talking up Clinton.
Someone who understands that the issues a president faces are not black and white and cannot be boiled down to 140 characters.
All right, that was Lauren Lister for us in Philadelphia. Wow, what a night it was
last
night.
You never know what's going to happen next.
Really don't.
Yeah,
we thought the Republican convention was going to be, heated, but this one seems to be turning into quite an uproar.
It's quite an election year, isn't it, all the way around? Well, this morning, as you're heading out the door this morning, you're going to notice that we've got some showers. The roads are wet. We had some rains that came in throughout the overnight hours, and some of those showers were heavy. They are now moving out into the Gulf of Mexico. They shouldn't be bothering your commute whatsoever, but you will notice that the roadways are slick out there, so just give yourself a little bit of extra time as you're heading out the door. Those showers moving away from the coastline right now, and currently we're at 78 degrees, our humidity 81%. Winds are coming in out of the east at around 3 miles per hour. All around our viewing area, temperatures are in the 84-degree range at Longboat Key. Everybody else falling in line in the 70s, mostly the upper 70s across the region. And today we're going to see a daytime high of about 92 degrees. By noontime, we'll have reached 91. And it's going to be a little bit drier today as well. We are expecting to see only a 20% chance of rain in the forecast.
Thank you, Wendy. Let's take a look at our traffic right now. As we look at Ellington and Manatee County, I'm not seeing any issues up there. It looks like Palmetto, the bridges are pretty clear at this point in the morning. I still don't see anything on 41 or 301. It looks like the interstate is seeing an accident right now. It is at University, it appears. If we can get a little bit more detail there. It's in the southbound lanes on I-75 at exit 213, which is the University Parkway exit. So be aware of that. It gets a little bit slow over there due to construction as well. 301, 41 are both clear right now in Sarasota, so are the arteries out to 75. And as you head down into Venice and Northport, I am not seeing any slowdowns to report there. Well, topping our news here on the Suncoast, more than 100 people gathered in North Sarasota last night for a community meeting hosted by the NAACP and local law enforcement in response to recent violence across the country. ABC 7's Ray Collins was there and has the details.
I was told, shut up and mind your damn business by a Sarasota City police officer.
It was a night of venting at the Robert L. Taylor Community Center.
And I'm going to tell you what I'm going through with your department.
And at times, the exchanges with the police chief were terse.
I think the programs that we have right now in place are excellent.
I don't think the community thinks they're working though.
See what we have before you criticize it.
I think a lot of us are aware of what's out there, but I understand what you're saying.
And so it went, back and forth for over 2 hours Monday night in this long-awaited meeting. The NAACP originally planned this for 2 weeks ago, but the chief postponed it when she found out that 2 rifles and a lot of bullets were stolen that day, not far from the original meeting place.
We have so many issues that we as a community need to come together. The police chief can't solve these problems.
But that postponement may have helped calm at least some tempers, and in the end, the head of the Sarasota County NAACP says relations here at the police are on the right track.
People are frustrated about certain things that's going on in our communities, and we can never resolve every single thing in a 2-hour or a 3-hour community meeting. But at least the individuals can be heard. At least individuals can hear from like the chief of police. Unfortunately, we didn't hear from the sheriff tonight, but at least they can see that the City of Sarasota Police Department is doing its best to establish effective collaborations with the community and build good relationships.
In fact, he said police relations are light years ahead of where they were just 5 years ago. In the newsroom, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Sarasota police are looking for a man caught on camera stealing sunglasses. Police say a man stole $400 worth of glasses from Sunglass Hut on St. Armand's Circle on July 4th at around 2 in the afternoon. If you recognize the man in this video, call the Sarasota Police Department. A public meeting will be held this afternoon to get input on the best way to manage maintenance and traffic during the first phase of the Lift Station 87 project. As part of this project, the Osprey Avenue Bridge will be closed beginning August 1st and will stay closed for a year. The closure is due to the installation of a wastewater main under the Hudson Bayou. Detour signs will be put in place directing motorists to Mound Street, US 41, and Hillview Street. This meeting will be held this afternoon beginning at 1:30 at the SRQ Media Studio on First Street. Meanwhile, the Florida Department of Transportation is hosting a public hearing tonight on changes to improvement plans for I-75 from Bee Ridge Road to Fruitville Road. The changes include reconstructing the highway at Bee Ridge Road into a diverging diamond interchange. The Bee Ridge Road and Cattleman Road interchange would also have a continuous flow intersection and be changed to that. The hearing will be tonight with an open house beginning at 5 and the meeting beginning at 6. It will be held at the Realtor Association of Sarasota on Cattleman Road. There's more talk of building affordable housing in Sarasota County. Harvey Vengroff is looking to sell a 5-acre plot of land on Old Bradenton Road to local home builder Fortson Homes. It's still in the early stages, but the home builder's plan is to build 18 to 26 homes priced between $200,000 and $250,000. Vengroff's son says it's part of a decade-long effort to improve the area around that property.
We've picked up some apartment complexes and turned them around from being really rough areas to pretty livable.
In addition to possibly selling the land in North Sarasota, the Vengroffs say they're now finalizing blueprints for an affordable apartment complex near Fruitville Road, just east of downtown Sarasota. Passengers using public transportation in Manatee County may have to adjust to different routes and schedules. The County Commission is set to consider changes to MCAT services during a meeting today, and some of those changes include eliminating the bus service to Lakewood Ranch and increasing handy bus fares by $1. Meanwhile, they're looking to increase services on Manatee Avenue and Cortez Road. If all is approved, the changes to the routes will go into effect in November, and the changes to the handy bus fares will take effect in October. The meeting today begins at 1:30. Well, with just a few more weeks left of summer vacation, Northport High School is looking for public input on what qualities they're looking for in a new principal. A meeting will be held tonight at 6 o'clock in the high school media center to get input from staff, students, and parents, as well as other community members. Superintendent Lori White expects to announce a new principal before school starts August 22nd. Current principal David Jones will begin his new job as principal of Sarasota High School beginning Monday. Meanwhile, the construction industry is looking for more workers to fill open positions here on the Suncoast. The Sarasota Chamber of Commerce says the development boom has strained the workforce to a point where companies are having a hard time finding skilled workers. According to CareerSource Suncoast, there are currently more than 85 job openings among the different construction occupations. Only adding to the problem, 50% of construction companies surveyed by CareerSource Suncoast say that they have plans to increase the workload in the coming years.
It's a tough market right now, finding someone, number one, who will show up and be dependable, and then secondly, have some type of competent experience to provide their services to the project.
There are solutions in the works. The Boys and Girls Club is implementing a training program, and a local vocational technical school has been established for an entry-level construction worker course. Sarasota County will hold meetings this week on whether or not the county or residents should be in charge of mowing areas in the right-of-way along roadways. The County Commission will consider a change that will transfer the responsibility of maintaining the rights-of-way over to property owners who live near them. It would save the county $500,000 a year in maintenance. And the first public meeting about these possible changes will be held tonight at Fruitville Public Library from 5:30 to 7:30, and another meeting will be held on Thursday at the Venice Community Center. Well, some bad news for dog owners looking to hit the park in Venice today. The Brohard Paw Park is closed today due to some maintenance work. Sarasota County Parks and Rec say that the park will undergo some asphalt repair and striping, but it will reopen tomorrow. Also in Venice, the Suncoast Reef Rovers is looking for some more scuba divers. The Dive Club is hosting an underwater cleanup at the South Jetty on Saturday and are looking for more help both in and out of the water. Divers will hit the water at 9 a.m. and are expected to clean until 10 or 10:30. Refreshments will be served following the cleanup, and divers must bring their own equipment. Looks like it would be fun.
Oh, and it'll be
have
nice and warm out in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the temperature out there is about 80-something.
It is
87 degrees.
You don't need a wetsuit.
No, you actually really don't.
Yeah.
Unless you just want to be careful out there, right? But we are looking at some rain showers that are taking place just around the coastline. Some places already getting those showers, and we'll be talking about what we can expect for the rest of the day today and the work week coming up.
Yes, and this week will mark the end of an era in the world of retail as Sports Authority officially goes out of business. We'll tell you how many more days you have left to shop coming up.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
Looks like we're getting another new neighbor.
Now you could be the millionaire next door. Play Monopoly Florida Edition scratch-off games with a top prize of $5 million. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Well, we have had showers and some thunderstorms reported throughout the morning and overnight hours last night. So we are seeing some of these showers that have left us with plenty of wet pavement out there. As you're traveling about, you'll notice that. And what we're looking at right now is that most of this rain is kind of moving on up towards the north, and it's going to once again do that circular movement where it's coming in from the south, just glancing across the coastline and then moving on back out into the Gulf of Mexico, surrounded by that trough of low pressure that is located out in the Gulf. So we've been seeing the showers moving on in. We've got a couple of thunderstorms that are just now beginning to reappear along the coastline. So we could see a couple of these showers developing throughout the morning hours as well. But we're going to keep our chances of rain low throughout the day. About a 20% chance of rain is in the forecast. And right now, nothing is developing on land across central Florida, across our viewing area. But to the north, right around Winter Haven and places around the Hillsborough County area, we are seeing some wet weather there. What we are getting is some very dry conditions coming at us from the Atlantic. And that is the reason why we're going to start to see some drier air filter in over the next couple of days. And that's going to keep our rain chances on the low side for the next couple of days. That trough of low pressure is still situated out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and you can see all of the moisture associated with it. It's going to start to move off a little bit farther away from the state of Florida, and that's going to allow this drier air to move in across the state, keeping us on the dry side. So that's what's going to be taking place over the next couple of days. And once again, we can see these showers that have been developing throughout the overnight and into the early morning hours, but we will be seeing that drier air moving in. It keeps our storms down for the week. We're going to see just fewer storms. That doesn't mean it's going to be out altogether, but we are going to see maybe a 20% chance of rain for the next couple of days. Temperatures will be in the low 90s once again today. And right now it's 78 degrees. We are starting to see partly cloudy skies, at least at the airport. Our humidity is still high. The dew points are high, and the winds are coming in out of the east at around 3 miles per hour. Around the state, temperatures are in the 70s once again, but across the southern part of Florida, in West Palm Beach, Miami, and also Key West, we're all looking at temperature readings in the 80s at this hour. In our viewing area, it's always warm in Anna Maria, and also up in the Longboat Key area, 84 degrees, 83 here. We're also seeing some temperatures in the 80s down in Englewood, and the rest of us are coming in with our readings mostly in the mid to upper 70s at this hour. But there's plenty of cloud cover sitting on top of us right now. So if you're not getting the rain, you're getting clouds. And then we're going to be lighting up throughout the day with a little bit more sunshine in our forecast than rain showers. But we will see some scattered showers beginning to develop during the afternoon hours once again. And most of the rain will stay inland today. Widely scattered, isolated thunderstorms taking place. So it's not going to be rain-free, but our rain chances are lowered to about a 20% chance. It's also quiet out in the Atlantic with all that dry air coming on in. It is not allowing for any formation of tropical storms. And we are also looking for just a slight chance of some storms developing for boaters today. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out on the bay and inland waters. The Gulf water temperature 87 degrees, nice and toasty warm, and the temperature at the beach will be 90 degrees as well. We're looking to see those readings staying in the low 90s for the next couple of days. Our rain chance stays fairly low through Thursday with just a 20 to 30% chance of rain.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Taking a look at your commute right now at 519. Looks like we're just seeing some heavy traffic actually over the DeSoto Bridge southbound. It's all red there, so it's going very slow, but the Green Bridge is clear in both directions. So is the interstate. 41 301 looking good as you head into Sarasota. I'm not seeing any major slowdowns there right now. Looks like the arteries out to 75 are clear. That accident has cleared on the interstate at University in the southbound lanes. And as you head further south into Venice and Northport, so far that's looking pretty good on 41 and on the interstate. Well, in our weekly feature, A Place We Call Home, we take you to these Suncoast communities and tell you how they began, what makes them special, and what it's like to live there. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more on today's local community.
Toll's Court, just a couple of blocks from the heart of downtown Sarasota, has evolved along with the city.
It was originally a golf course. One of the first mayors, Gillespie, created a golf course, hence the golf Avenue and Lynx Avenue.
That was 1905 when John Gillespie built the 9-hole golf course here, along with his home that he named Golf Hall. It was in the 1920s that William B. Tolles transformed that golf course into a small residential neighborhood.
But then after that time went on, it became rather blighted.
In 1983, the rundown houses were about to be demolished when N.J. Oliveira bought them.
It was basically gentrified by Olivari, who decided that it would be an excellent artist colony for a live-work situation.
They wanted to refurbish the old buildings, and a lot of them are historic.
So they went to work, and here are some before and after pictures as the derelict houses were transformed into charming cottages. A wide range of artists moved in.
We have a wide variety of mediums here. We have some watercolorists, we have a lot of acrylic on canvas, we have some metal jewelry makers. So it's a nice kind of a combination of different kinds of artists and styles.
Tolles Court also has cafes, hair design studios, and boutiques. Elizabeth Bentley owns the Asparagus Boutique.
It's a great place to come down and get a specialty gift for someone, for a hostess gift or birthday, wedding.
And every third Friday, Tolles Court has its famous art walk.
We have music and everyone is presenting their work. You can meet the artists and see their work up close.
This is one of the artists, Terry Martin.
I'm a wildlife and landscape artist, and I work in acrylic and watercolors.
She'll be glad to show you her work and discuss it, as will the other artists. And there's also wine, cheese, and entertainment. We all know how important the arts are to Sarasota, and Tolles Court is a shining example of how artists can take a once rundown area and turn it into a place of beauty and pride. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, history in the making. We'll show you why two pilots are celebrating a landing in Abu Dhabi today, coming up.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month, complimentary maintenance included, at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
You're coming up on 525, and the summer heat continues to break records and fuel severe weather. Here's ABC's Diane Macedo and Candace Gibson with the details.
Weather now from coast to coast. The record heat wave is not letting up in the eastern U.S., and AccuWeather's Paul Williams says the Midwest is in for some rough weather today, too.
Dangerous storms will target North, South Dakota, as well as Nebraska, with the potential of severe weather and possible tornadoes, and sweltering conditions continue from coast to coast.
Including in Southern California, where the massive wildfire burning north of Los Angeles has destroyed more than 35,000 acres and at least 18 homes. ABC's Kana Whitworth is there.
Because this fire is burning
that helicopter dropping water all along this hillside. Firefighters have been forced to wait until those flames moved together before they could get water on it.
And the Empire State Building took a dramatic direct hit last night. That's why the building has a lightning rod on it. And that's your weather now.
Weather now, brought to you by Brookdale Senior Living.
I was out in the dining room, meeting the residents, and I had a gentleman stop me and ask me if I made his dinner. He had lost his wife recently, but I didn't know that. He made a remark to me about not sure that he wanted to be there anymore, but he said something to me that has stuck with me to this day. After having your dinner, I think I want to stick around a while. And that really meant something to me. I never had an experience like that. And it just let me know that what I'm doing is much more important than just food.
Oh, wow. What kind of underwear are those?
They're breathable underwear from Fruit of the Loom.
Wait, Fruit of the Loom makes breathable underwear?
Yeah, they have tiny holes to let the air through, but...
Yes! I love them.
Stay cool with breathable underwear from Fruit of the Loom.
This is your moment. This is your time.
I'm so proud of you.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Hi friends, I'm Linda Carson from ABC7 and the Suncoast View. Bring your blankets and your dance moves and join me July 29th at the Van Wezel for Friday Fest on the Bay. Reggae band Ja Movement will be grooving on stage playing feel-good music guaranteed to make you dance. We'll be outside the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall with food, friends, and fun until the sun goes down. For more information, call this number or visit vanwezel.org and the Suncoast scene page at mysuncoast.com.
Well, hurricane season is here, and we'll make sure you're prepared. Watch our hurricane special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll be the coolest family on the block in your all-new Chrysler Pacifica for just $27,999. Or get the lowest price ever on a new Dodge Journey, just $15,999. And right now, get up to $10,000 off a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, we're learning more about the victims killed in yesterday's shooting in Fort Myers. We have the latest. Plus, why Florida roadways are becoming more dangerous. And after 2 years in the skies, the Solar Impulse is now in the record books as it finished its journey around the world.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas. Don has the day off. John has the week off. So we have wonderful Wendy in.
Oh, I like
us.
that. Thank you.
Brought a little rain overnight. It woke
sure
me
did.
up. But,
Did it wake you up?
I kind of rather have it overnight than, you know, when I'm trying to drive.
I know, I didn't hear a thing. I didn't hear a thing. And there were thunderstorms out there this morning early, and you could tell if you walk outside, you can see that the roadways are all on the slick side. And so we're talking about dangerous roadways. Just be careful as you're heading out the door this morning, because the roads are on the slick side, as Rebecca was mentioning. We've got a couple of showers and thunderstorms still located out in the Gulf of Mexico. Most of them are pulling away, and we're getting some lighter showers that are taking place. Very spotty rains right now over portions of the area, but for the most part the rain has cleared out at this hour. 78 degrees for us right now, our humidity at 81%. The winds are coming in out of the east and they're calm. At the airport, at least, it's very nice and quiet at this point, and temperatures around the region are mostly in the mid-70s to upper 70s and just a couple of 80s right now. Longboat Key, the warmest place, at 84 degrees. Englewood coming in at 80 degrees, and some of the cooler readings are in Wauchula and Arcadia east of I-75. But it's going to warm up today. You know it's going to. We normally see our temperature reading right around 90 degrees, and we could see a high today of 92. By noontime, it's going to be 91, and we've only got a 20% chance of rain in the forecast. So it's going to be a little bit drier, a high of 92, and that 20% chance of rain will come in fits and starts throughout the day.
Well, thank you, Wendy. Taking a look at your commute again, be careful if you are on the roadways right now, because there are some slick roads out there, but it looks like the bridges out of Palmetto are now moving along smoothly. No slowdowns on the DeSoto Bridge any longer. The interstate is still clear. Seeing a little buildup of traffic on 301 southbound as you approach State Road 70. On the interstate, though, we are seeing a little problem again at University. Now it's on I-75 northbound. There is some debris in the roadway there in the northbound lanes at Fruitville Road. It's a little bit further south of University, so be aware of that. As you head down 41 in the interstate, though, it's nice and clear into Venice and Northport, and I'm not seeing any slowdowns there. Topping our news this half hour, it's day 2 of the Democratic National Convention, and as things heat up on the convention floor, the spotlight turns to community relations with law enforcement today. ABC 7's Haley Wilgus and Adam Cellini have more from Philadelphia.
Good morning. Last night we wrapped up quite a day at the DNC. We started in the morning at the Florida delegation breakfast, where Bernie Sanders supporters booed Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz off the stage. She is expected to resign at the end of the week over that email scandal. Then we ended the night with Bernie Sanders himself giving quite a spirited speech, and he did urge his supporters to support Hillary Clinton.
Now today we move on to even more headliners. We'll have Bill Clinton addressing this audience, husband of the presumptive nominee Hillary Clinton, and also we'll be hearing from mothers of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, young black men killed by law enforcement and sparking serious social unrest throughout the country. It should be interesting.
And another thing that should be interesting is the roll call that will happen. And Bernie Sanders, in his speech last night, he mentioned that he is looking forward to his supporters putting their votes in, his delegates giving their votes for Sanders, even though he knows he will not expectedly be the nominee. But we're looking forward to seeing that roll call. Back to you.
Thank you both. Well, back here in Florida, we're learning more this morning about the shooting that left 2 people dead and 17 others injured at a teen club in Fort Myers yesterday. 18-year-old Stefan Schroeder and 14-year-old Sean Archiles were killed when a gunman opened fire outside Club Blue. Stefan would have been a senior at Lehigh Senior High School, where he played basketball. His younger sister was also at the event and was shot in the leg. Sean Archiles would have been an 8th grader at Royal Palm Exceptional Center. His family described him as a talented, caring young man who often helped teach his Haitian family English. Several vigils were held yesterday to honor the 2 teens.
These are our kids. We're losing our kids to shameful crime.
This is the darkest day in Lee County for me and his parents and his family and the kids he grew up with.
3 victims are still being treated in the hospital and 2 are listed in critical condition. 3 people are currently in custody, facing questioning about their involvement in the shooting. In California, as the wildfire continues to spread near Los Angeles, some promising news for residents. Thousands of evacuees have been given permission to return home as crews continue to work to contain this fire. They had to pass through security and provide identification and were urged to wait to return if they could. Residents say they're happy to be back, but the fire is serving as a reminder of what's important.
Opened the door and I said, this represents our life of what's most valuable to us, and it was all different types of pictures. Everything else can be replaced, but the pictures, they were the most important.
Tens of thousands of acres have been scorched by wildfires near Santa Clarita, California, and the Sand Fire has consumed more than 35,000 acres, or nearly 55 square miles. The Sand Fire has destroyed 18 structures and is only about 10% contained. Meanwhile, federal authorities say they've launched the first national system intended to prevent hobby drones from interfering with planes and helicopters fighting wildfires. The system uses smartphone apps to alert drone flyers about temporary flight restrictions over wildfires. Planes and helicopters have been grounded numerous times this year because of drones. Officials say the system can provide real-time alerts to keep unmanned aircraft out of restricted airspace. Wrong-way crashes are on the increase in Florida. Nearly 100 people were killed in these crashes last year. That's a 37% increase from 2013. Overall, there were almost 1,500 wrong-way crashes in the state, and a majority of those were head-on collisions.
Most of the wrong-way crashes occur between the hours of 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. This is why the Florida Highway Patrol encourages drivers to stay right at night, because these crashes do occur in the center or either the left lane.
The highest number of wrong-way crashes happening in Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, and Hillsborough counties. In consumer news, 4 new illnesses are causing General Mills to expand a flour recall over a link to possible E. coli. The expanded recall covers several varieties of Gold Medal and Signature Kitchens flour produced through February 10th. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has said flour produced at a General Mills plant in Kansas City, Missouri is a likely source of this outbreak. So far, 46 people have become ill in 21 states, but no deaths have been reported. General Mills says the illnesses have been connected with consumers who ate or handled uncooked dough or ate uncooked batter made with the raw flour. Thousands of baby monitors are being recalled due to a potential burn risk. The recall affecting Lorex Care and Share Video baby monitors. Lorex says the video monitors' lithium batteries can overheat, swell, and expand, causing the battery cover to pop off. And there have been nearly 500 reports of the batteries overheating and expanding. No injuries have been reported, but this recall targets about 26,000 baby monitors sold in the U.S. Anyone who has a recalled monitor should stop using it and contact Lorex for a full refund. The Suncoast construction industry is struggling to find skilled workers. According to area building officials, the boom in the development has highlighted the need for electricians, plumbers, and almost every other construction trade. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates has the story.
That's right. Construction officials say they're scrambling to find people to fill their jobs, and in many cases, they're doing so unsuccessfully. Everywhere you look, there's something being built.
We're probably the busiest now that we've been in terms of construction. There's literally over $500 million of construction going on in the downtown area.
Steve Queer is the president of the Sarasota Chamber of Commerce, and he says the combination of commercial and residential construction in the area has drastically decreased the workforce to a point where companies are having a hard time finding skilled workers.
Construction in general and various skilled trades in particular, the demand for jobs greatly outweighs the supply.
A problem the owner of Ducon Construction, LLC, knows all too well.
It's a tough market right now, finding someone, number one, who will show up and be dependable, and then secondly, have some type of competent experience to provide their services to the project.
And DeBow says the solution is harder than it may seem.
One of the biggest challenges to getting skilled labor is a lack of interest from the young people. We need young people to backfill the baby boomers who are retiring. and fill that gap.
According to CareerSource Sarasota, there are currently more than 85 job openings among different construction occupations. And organizational officials say when they surveyed area construction companies, 50% of them said they had plans to increase their workload in the coming years, further compounding the problem. But there are solutions in the works. Among them, the Boys and Girls Club is implementing a training program, and local vocational technical schools are also trying to help.
They determined that a crash course 9 weeks long for entry-level construction workers might be helpful. So that crash course has been set up.
Now officials hope the new training programs could help hundreds of people get into the construction field in the next coming year. Back to you.
Thank you, Bobeth. Local Sports Authority stores are getting ready to close up shop for good now. The company filed for bankruptcy back in March, and now the Sarasota Herald-Tribune is reporting that Thursday is expected to be the final day of business for the Cattleman and Bee Ridge location. The stores at University Town Center and Pelican Plaza will reportedly have their final sales tomorrow. With the closures, the company is offering major deals on merchandise. Well, getting to and from the Golden State will soon be a little easier. Tampa International Airport announcing United Airlines will begin nonstop daily flights to San Francisco early next year. The flights will make it easier for people working with Tampa's growing technology industry to get to Silicon Valley. It will also provide easy access to international destinations in the Asia-Pacific region. The flights will be offered starting February 16th. In history in Abu Dhabi, the first successful solar-powered flight around the world is now complete. The Solar Impulse 2 touched down in Abu Dhabi today. The plane first launched from Abu Dhabi more than 2 years ago. Since then, 2 Swiss pilots made 17 stops across the globe, spanning nearly 22,000 miles. The trek included the world's longest nonstop solo flight. Both pilots say the purpose of the historic flight is to raise awareness on climate change and aviation technology. Incredible, and maybe this could be the future for flying.
Can you imagine?
Solar powered.
Can you imagine? Or doing what we do now with cars, where part of it's solar and part of it is.
Yeah, half and half.
Will it bring down the prices?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be
I have a
nice?
feeling they might increase. Just a little feeling.
I know, darn it all. Well, we also have your forecast when we come back after the break.
Also coming up, a Suncoast lawmaker asks for more federal dollars to combat drug addiction. This as the number of overdose-related calls is on the rise. More in Health Smart.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Well, we do have some showers out there. Most of them are out in the Gulf of Mexico, and just a few have managed to make their way over land. And that is what happened throughout the overnight and into the early morning hours this morning. We saw some showers developing, some thunderstorms isolated around the region, but they managed to come right across our viewing area. So you may have heard the rain and the thunderstorms this morning. But right now, things have really quieted down. Most of the showers have been moving around, and you'll notice that they've been kind of moving in this direction and then moving back out into the Gulf of Mexico. And so that's what's going to be taking place throughout the morning hours this morning. We've got about a 20% chance of rain for the rest of the day. So we could see these showers popping up, and we will get some afternoon showers as well. But what you're also going to notice is that it's going to be a little bit drier out there. It's going to feel a little bit drier as this drier air begins to move on in. Our water vapor imagery showing it very nicely coming in from the Atlantic, and it is affecting the Atlantic. It's affecting the fact that we're not seeing any tropical storm formation as a result of all this dry air that's coming on in right off the coast of Africa. And then we've got the trough of low pressure that's situated out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where all the moisture is. But that is beginning to move away from the state of Florida. So for the next couple of days, we're going to be left with this drier air sitting on top of us, and that's going to provide us lesser chances of rain. It doesn't mean the rain's going away. It just means that the chances for the rain are not as great. So that drier air moves on in for the next couple of days. That means fewer storms for this week, but we will get some isolated showers and thunderstorms. It's just going to be a 20% chance of rain instead of our usual 40 to 50% chance. Temperatures get back up into the low 90s once again, and we are looking at a temperature reading right now at the airport of 78 degrees. Dew points are high. Humidity is also high at 81%, and the winds are coming in out of the east at around 3 miles per hour. Around the state, we've got temperatures mostly in the 70s, but except for the extreme south. In Key West, it's 84. West Palm Beach, Miami, all reporting temperatures in the low 80s. And along the Suncoast, we're looking at pretty much the same thing with our temperatures in the 80s and upper 70s, very close to the beaches. And right off the beach, we're looking at readings mostly in the upper 70s right now. You have to go into the central part of the state before you start to see any kind of cooling whatsoever. So over the next several hours, we're going to see mostly sunny conditions throughout the day today. Later on this morning at around 11 o'clock, maybe a couple of passing clouds. That's about it. The showers will start along the east coast and make their way over towards the west coast. Once again, very widely scattered, and most of the rain stays away from the coastline this afternoon. We'll see those showers developing mostly inland, and again, only a 20% chance of rain. And then on Thursday, we start the process all over again. As I mentioned, it's going to be very quiet out in the tropics. There's nothing going on here because of all that dry air that's coming off the coast of Africa. Over the next couple of days, we keep our temperatures in the low 90s. Oh, low 80s. I'm just dreaming. But low 90s, and we are looking at a 20 to 30% chance of rain through Thursday.
Thank you so much, Wendy. As far as your commute right now at 5:49, it looks like out of Palmetto, the bridges are moving along nicely, pretty clear at this point. So is the interstate. No major slowdowns at all on 41 or 301. Everything is moving smoothly as you head into Sarasota. Just one problem to be aware of on I-75 in the northbound lanes. There's some debris there in the roadway at Fruitville Road. So just be aware if you are traveling north on the interstate approaching Fruitville Road. Watch out for that debris. The roads are slick this morning, so just take your time on 41, but so far everything is looking great. The arteries out to 75 are clear, and as you head down into Venice and Northport, I'm still not seeing any major problems to slow you down there. In health news this morning, the first medical marijuana dispensary in Florida is slated to open today. Leave is set to open in Tallahassee 1 week after being given dispensing authorization by the state health department. The state's Office of Compassionate Use Projects that they say that there will be dispensing locations in 19 cities by the time all 6 organizations are up and running. The legislature gave limited approval to medical marijuana in 2014. Patients suffering from cancer, epilepsy, chronic seizures, and chronic muscle spasms can order medical marijuana by contacting their physician, as long as their physician is in the state registry. In the fight against the Zika outbreak, U.S. health officials are strongly urging doctors to ask all pregnant women about a possible Zika infection at every checkup. The advice comes as the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention fine-tune its guidance. It's encouraging doctors to at least ask any pregnant woman if they or their partner have been in an outbreak area. The Zika virus is mainly spread by mosquito bites, but also through sex. Infection during pregnancy can result in birth defects. An issue addressed by several speakers at the DNC last night, drug addiction, one we continue to deal with here on the Suncoast. Congressman Vern Buchanan is asking federal officials for immediate aid to help in the fight against heroin overdoses. As part of newly passed congressional legislation, Buchanan is requesting funding from the National Drug Control Policy Director and Health and Human Services Secretary. This comes as first responders have seen another increase in overdose-related calls. Buchanan is set to visit the Manatee County Safe Children Coalition today to further discuss the new anti-drug bill. Well, as the extreme heat we have spreads across the U.S., we're all trying to cool down. But for the elderly, that can mean life or death, especially those with chronic illnesses. They're more at risk of developing a heat-related illness. Their temperature-regulating systems and medications may make it harder to adjust to hot temperatures. They also can become dehydrated much more quickly. Nausea, lightheadedness, headaches, confusion, or muscle cramps are all signs of heat exhaustion. For anyone out in the heat, it's best to drink plenty of fluids. Plain water and sports drinks are the best. Also wear loose-fitting and lightweight clothing while you're outside. Well, the new results of a landmark study show that one particular type of brain exercise can cut the long-term risk of dementia nearly in half. ABC 7's Alex Redmond has the details.
Yeah, my wife has Alzheimer's disease.
Dr. Shri Lele says his wife remembers songs and dances, but no longer participates in Luminosity.com.
She stopped doing it because she found that it is too quick for her brain.
A 10-year U.S. study of more than 2,700 participants finds benefits of speed brain training.
It's called the ACTIVE Study, or Advanced Cognitive Training in Vital Elderly.
Neurologist Dr. Laura Morris says study participants were asked to track an object, then pick up a second object at the periphery.
This pushes the speed of visual processing.
Participants not only stopped having cognitive decline, says Dr. Morris, but kept cognitive functioning.
For more than 10 years after the relatively short training period that they underwent.
After 10 years, only those in the speed of processing training group showed more than a 30% reduction in new cases of cognitive impairment or dementia. And participants who did booster sessions, those who participated in 11 or more sessions of the computerized training, showed a 48% reduction.
The number one suggestion that we have is to have a purpose. Have something to do every day.
Program specialist Sue Fox says the Alzheimer's Association promotes a healthy lifestyle, including good nutrition and exercise, but says the jury's still out on computer brain training.
Are they very effective? We don't know. What we will say is this: they don't hurt you, they keep you occupied in a good way.
But cognitive training for the maintenance of brain health is a growing area of interest.
This new study does give us hope. For the first time.
Dr. Morris touts possible benefits of new exciting games.
The kind of puzzle solving that people do when they're playing Pokemon Go is excellent for cognitive development and keeping your mind sharp.
Reporting at the Friendship Center for Healthy Aging, Alex Redmond, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Alex. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, we're talking trash fish with Edible Sarasota magazine, plus glass beads and a blowtorch, and Louie's Modern in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs,
producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will, Kerastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $18,599. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Are you one of the millions of Americans suffering from chronic knee pain, arthritis, or osteoarthritis of the knee? Have you been told knee replacement surgery is your only option? Then call the number on your screen and see if you qualify for a breakthrough treatment that is helping people like you find relief from knee pain without pills or surgery. This innovative treatment utilizes an FDA-approved product that replenishes the lubricant in your joints that may be lost over time or as a result of injury. This all-natural lubricant is introduced into the knee where it creates a cushioning layer that protects the joint, helping it to move smoothly and without pain. This emerging treatment is covered by most insurance, including Medicare, and is considered by many to be the first major breakthrough for relieving knee pain in years. So if you're tired of living with knee pain, call the number on your screen right now to see if you may be a candidate for this emerging knee pain treatment. It might be the knee pain treatment that changes your life and gets you back on your feet for good.
A man looking to catch some Pokemon caught something else instead during one of his hunts. Josh Arpin was playing Pokemon Go when he heard noises coming out of a sewer drain. When he looked down, he saw ducklings trapped inside. He flagged down an officer who called in some help from some firemen to help rescue those ducklings, and they think the ducklings had been trapped inside for days. Luckily, they're okay, and they've been taken to an animal hospital where they'll undergo wildlife rehab before being released. I never thought I'd say it, but you know what? Thank God for Pokemon Go in this situation.
Yes,
the craze is too much for me, but at least it saved some sweet little ducklings.
Oh,
case, right?
I'm so delighted. I'm
so
such
cute.
a feels-good story.
It is a feel-good story. I'll take that one. Hopefully that'll make you feel a little bit better about the game if you don't like it. Well, it's 5:57. We'll be right back.